That one.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Manchester United's manager. Let me give a little monologue right here.
From a United
we'll
fan.
Jump into it, yeah.
Don't forget.
Wait up. Yeah, so basically back
2-4 since he signed from.
back on March 28th, he was appointed as permanent manager of Manchester United and was given a 3-year contract, which I think was decent. It's like I think it was premature. Like we should have seen how he responded to some controversy.
Yeah, just let him finish the
rather
season.
than just like, oh, he's doing great. Now like they give him the contract here, and now you're like, how are we gonna get back up there? Anyway, so he was able to get United into the contention for the top 4 and to the Champions League quarterfinal, which is their best in a while. But since then, United have been pretty awful. They've lost 3 of their last 5 games in the Prem. That doesn't include the Barca games. They were knocked out of the FA Cup by Wolves.
That's not that bad.
In the quarterfinal. I mean, United should be doing better.
I don't think you should even be judging them off this season because I mean, you can argue this. Jose Mourinho has been one of the best coaches over the span of the last 20 years.
So,
yeah,
and it's been the players that have been the issues. It's been the players for a while too.
So
you could have thrown any other coach, like maybe Pep Guardiola and Klopp could have fixed those teams. But I don't think if you threw any other coach into the mix, they wouldn't be able to fix that team right now. So he needs a couple of transfer markets, plus he needs the money from the club too to go out and get whatever he wants. Yeah. He needs Champions League for that to bring in good players too. But it's a total rebuilding season.
They have so many holes.
You can't even judge them off of what they're doing right now, just because this is not going to be the same team he's going to have next year.
The issue I have with him is some people are calling for him to be sacked. I totally disagree with that. That's terrible. You need to give the man some time. You can't just give him a contract a month later be thinking about sacking him. I would say for me the issue is United wants to be a world-class team. We want to be competing for Champions League titles, competing for the Prem.
The fact that we're talking about United not being
Solskjaer has coached in the Norwegian League. He won the Norwegian League in 2012 and 2014. And he's coached at Cardiff.
Didn't he do horrible at Cardiff?
At Cardiff in 2014.
He got sacked, didn't he?
No, yeah. He got sacked. They finished in 20th and were relegated. So that resume, although he's been good at United, 64% win percentage, that resume does not sound like a coach who should be responsible for a world-class team.
Who's going to win with Cardiff? Who's going to win with Cardiff?
I mean,
yeah, but with Pep, when he came to City, he had coached
to City.
Listen.
Look at the team he had with City before he came.
Listen.
Oh my goodness.
Pep,
you can't compare.
You had Barcelona and Bayern. You had that on his resume. With Klopp, you had Dortmund on his resume.
Klopp's resume isn't amazing, but he's a great coach.
That was good too because that was not a great team and he rose them to new heights. He's coached Cardiff and a team in the Norwegian
but he's a
League.
United legend. It's different, It's different.
No, I think he is a good manager, and you know what I really liked today?
Personality for the job.
What I really liked today was how he actually called out the players. And it wasn't in Mourinho's way where he called out a name.
it's about the way you do it.
He didn't say, oh, Pogba. He didn't call out a name. He called out the players overall and said, hey, I'm going to move you out of here if you don't get your act together. And that was really good to see. And I'm excited. I want the United board to back him because I think the board is just as responsible for United's issues as the coaches have been. I want Ed Woodward to back him this summer and let him go get some players. And as United fans, talking to all the United fans, you cannot expect them next year to win the league. That's not realistic. Let's go for a rebuild in a top 4 and see what he can bring. And we're not calling for him.
Didn't you just say they needed Champions League for the money?
No, I was saying their expectations should be.
Oh, yeah.
Next year?
Yeah.
No.
No, because imagine if Spurs spends a good chunk of money this season.
Who are you guys knocking out of the top 4?
Arsenal, all the top 4 teams. No, they're only getting better, bro. All the top 4 teams are only getting better. Spurs will spend money this summer, hopefully.
I think Chelsea are off the map next year.
Yeah, bro.
All right, but
Hazard's is gone.
What do you think about Solskjaer, though? What do you think about Solskjaer?
I think he's the right man for the
job. You think he's the right man for the job?
They just have to give him time.
Not just because he's Norwegian, eh?
I mean,
maybe a little bit.
I think I hope he gets
he's a likable
obviously. United should finish below us in the league and everything, but I'm kind of excited to see what he does once he has money. Like if they give him money
and
Yeah.
time,
What kind of
like they
signings
can't
he
expect
makes,
a
Yeah,
quick fix.
that's the thing that I don't like. They need to give him time. He's probably not, based on his resume, he's not going to earn the amount of time that Mourinho got. But you need to give him at least past the winter transfer window next season.
Sack him next year.
Yeah, even if they finish 5th or 6th next year, they still have to give him one more window. Like the winter window.
He has
is
to
like-
get through. If they sack him before the winter window,
But I don't
that's
see the-
literally pointless in signing him.
I don't see the winter transfer window as like a big window. It's for big clubs.
But I still feel like they need to give him some time into the season to see how the team's
They
progressing.
should give him the whole season plus the next summer, and then by the next winter transfer window, if he hasn't performed, then maybe it's time.
Personally, I wouldn't mind seeing. I mean, this is gonna sound controversial. I wouldn't mind seeing them let Pogba go, because although he's like their
I think
best
that'd be
player,
good for you.
They would get so much money,
I
and they
really
can
want
rebuild.
Pogba and Lukaku. Let those guys go.
No one's gonna
Let's-
pay for Lukaku.
Let's refocus the team around the youth that United
Shit.
has. Like
Yeah.
Rashford needs to be the top man. Martial, I've never been
Bro, I
big on
like-
him, but he's
Yeah.
a good. He shows
He
up
performs.
in the Champions League games.
Yeah,
he
I
scores
like him.
goals. I think you need to focus a little bit
hard.
more.
He plays hard.
around-
What about Jesse?
in the back.
Who's Jesse?
Lingard is shit,
Ling-
mate. Like
Oh,
Lingard,
He's not shit.
him and Dele
He's not
Alli,
great.
two of the most overrated players in the Prem.
Did you see Dele Alli at City on Saturday?
Nah.
He's so nice. So
Really?
nice. Yeah.
For United though to compete for a title, I'm saying 2 to 3 years though. So not next season, maybe the season after next season,
The
but
minute
possibly even one more.
the minute you guys become like a stable top 4 team is when you get.
I mean, you need
right manager.
consistency.
And I'm not sure if that's Solskjaer or the next guy, but I think right now the most stable clubs and the ones that have the brightest futures right now are Liverpool because they have Klopp and they have like
They have young
good players
talent.
now.
Like it's not like their guys are
Yeah,
gonna. They
yeah.
have
And
yeah.
then you have City, obviously, where they're one
No
of the
matter
best
what
in the world,
happens,
not
even
the
if
best in the
they
world.
lose Pep and all they have enough money to just easily back in the
But
mix.
and then I also say Tottenham because I think Pochettino is a great coach.
Yeah.
I think, and even though they haven't even been making new signings,
Yeah,
You know,
like
like,
look
you
at
know,
what they
they're
did
not-
without
they're still in that
signings.
position
Imagine
you
if they
guys
get a
are.
big guy.
so I mean, I think they're going to be there for the next couple of years. But then I think Chelsea are going to really, really struggle, whether it's with Sarri or the next.
Chelsea fans hate
No,
Sarri.
Hazard.
Yeah, I don't. Sorry, he hasn't done anything.
Hazard is just gonna be impossible.
He's
to
insane.
I think some of it was
replace.
unfairly
Yeah.
criticized because I think he handled the the Kepa situation really well.
That was so
He's moved on from that pretty well, and I think he's actually done a decent job getting him back into the mix for the top 4.
Yeah, and now he's starting to play the Loftus Cheek and Hudson
Yeah,
Odoi.
yeah.
Like they're
I mean,
maybe Hudson Odoi.
Hudson Odoi is gone,
Like
though.
he
He's
could.
not staying at Chelsea either.
You think? Where's he
don't wanna
going?
be at Chelsea. I'm not sure where at, but
Like he could replace Hazard in the future. Like
someone that would be interesting to see, and I would want to see someone go into the PL is Jordan Sancho.
he will
He
eventually.
will
Like no
eventually, and That's
doubt.
gonna be interesting to see
Not
what
yet.
team he picks.
Not yet.
I just
But
feel
that would
like
be, I think, a really good sign for Arsenal.
the issue
Yeah.
for me with United though is
Not yet.
They're-
Like too young.
like City.
Stop, get off Neres.
Bro, that's
Like,
like,
he-
the heaviest league. It's like a fact. It's happening.
City
It's
for
gonna
me,
happen.
like the way they spend their money, like when they go out and spend,
They don't make a bad
they
signing.
spend for they spend tons, break records, but they make sure they get quality. United
look
United
at
will
like
spend in this
Son,
mid to upper
Like
echelon
Fred.
where you go out and spend like 40 on Daily Blind, and like he's an alright player,
Ajax, come on.
but
Fred. What about
Fred,
that
like,
was.
Andrew Herrera, like
Lukaku?
Andrew Herrera's not awful.
Lukaku was
good.
different.
Yeah,
That's
Lukaku,
different.
that makes sense because he was
Like,
tearing it
like,
up.
Insane.
Yeah,
That,
and then-
that last season at
Was,
Everton.
but was he the right guy for United?
I mean, you
Was
see
he
a
good for
striker
their
like
playing
that-
Style? Were they good? Was he good for their playing
Bro,
style?
he was just a
He's pretty static.
a
He's
good
static.
striker is a good striker. Suarez is.
He got injured
Kane
and then
is static.
got out of shape.
Kane is not static.
Suarez isn't.
Bro, they're all like kind of.
Kane will track
big
back
forwards.
all the way to the other box if he has to.
The issue with Lukaku was an injury, and then Men's ate a couple too many fish and chips while he
Bro
was
gained
out.
weight.
Like he got a little chunky. We could all see it on the television, and he just needed. I think he needs some time to find that form. But for the development of Rashford, I think he needs to be gone. I think Lukaku could come back to another team though and score 20
Lukaku still
goals
performs
this
for
season.
Belgium. Like, he's good for Belgium.
He's a good player. It was an injury, and then he was having trouble getting back form, especially under Mourinho. In that environment where, especially when someone like his stature, he gets hurt, he's struggling to get back, and Mourinho's probably in his face about, hey, you're playing like shit and we're paying you. So, I don't know. I feel like Solskjaer, I don't know if he's necessarily the right man to take United to the top, to world class, to what like Klopp and Guardiola are at, but I think he's the right man to get them back on track for the top 4. That's where I sit with that. I don't know.
So it's all about the transfer window.
Yeah.
And I think as long as the club's patient with him and make sure they spend money on quality players, they'll be fine.
Even if he doesn't end up making the top 4, I'm not ready to write him off for next season. And then how he's going to do with United next season. I think next year is huge for him.
Yeah.
And how he spends his money and how he plays and manages the team. But I'm not ready to write him off yet.
All right. What if he was to land 7th in the league? I think if you drop,
is that even possible?
At a club,
I don't think that's
at
possible.
At a club like United, no, not this season. I'm not talking
in
about
general.
this season.
In general,
I'm
I
talking
don't think
about the
that's
next
possible.
season. I'm talking about the next season.
Yeah,
There's always a point. There's always
Yeah.
points.
There's never, bro. There's just not. Really
I don't
like
think that would ever happen. Like,
Next team, Leicester was a miracle.
that was, that's not going to happen again.
If United ever drops out of the top 6, though, like at that point, this
They're
is
called the Big Six.
Remember-
Yeah, like the
That's-
level
I've said it before,
between.
you guys are becoming the old Liverpool. Like, actually. You guys are a team aspiring to be the top 4 and one of the best, but just falling short every single season.
Yeah. I want to see how Solskjaer continues to do with the players that are there, and who he believes he can salvage in terms of mentality-wise. Because just one more time, I'm gonna say it, like the way he spoke out about the players, but the manner in which he did it, I think was really impressive. Because like with Mourinho, the way he did it was toxic, whereas Solskjaer, he's like, hey, we got battered. Right, and he's like telling the players as a collective, you lot have not done your bit.
You lot.
But
You know.
with Mourinho, he would call out certain players.
He called out Martial for staying home when his son was born.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, just things like that. I mean, but the thing is, I also think Solskjaer, he acknowledges how big of a club.
he understands it, and he played under Ferguson.
He's played in it,
And he knows their
Jose
potential.
Mourinho, on the other hand, he got knocked out of the Champions League. He said, "Oh, this is nothing new for United. Why are you guys talking to me about this?"
Yeah,
When would Solskjaer ever say something about
he
his club
understands
like that?
what like United really like. He understands
What the club
United's
can do.
success and what their like level of expectation is, and he's trying to build it back up to that. Whereas Mourinho was like, "Hey, the past 3 years they've been garbage." So, I mean, it's probably been more than 3 now, but it feels like 3. But
A little more.
he's since Fergie's been out, but he feels like I don't know. I feel like Solskjaer, he understands United as it was at its best, and he wants to build it back up there.
Well, he knows what it's like to play with the badge on his shirt too.
Yeah.
So I mean, if he looks, I think what he should do is he should sit Pogba down and say, "Do you want to play for this club?" And I wouldn't say anything else. Look him in the eye. If he doesn't respond right away and say, "Yes, I want to play for Manchester United," I would.
He's not the right guy, because the leader of your team, like all the guys under Fergie, the best players, if they were there, like Ronaldo, if they were there and they wanted to be there, Ferguson was totally about it. But once they lost interest, I mean, like obviously you want to try and keep a Ronaldo type player, but you're not gonna go to the ends of like, I don't know, begging him to stay, because there's other quality players out there. I don't know. I think that's a good.
Okay, I mean, like, get all this like quality player like bullshit out of your mind. You guys need to get someone who's gonna play for the shirt and who's gonna put it all on.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
no, because you guys can buy people.
Phil
with,
Jones
like,
gives
Brad
it his
who
all.
can,
He's
like,
still
do
shit.
some tricks and juggle a ball and stuff. But is he gonna go out and work hard? And is he gonna go and make he's gonna put in the dirty work to go and win and get the 3 points every time?
well, that's what I'm saying. If
Like even a James Milner would probably be a fantastic signing for you guys.
That's so sad.
For any team, team, he would. Like, I mean, the amount of energy he puts in per game, arguably he would walk into what your midfield. I'm just saying, like.
all right,
We're talking about James Milner.
I think that's a good place to wrap it up right there. You know, Solskjaer, Sign James Milner, according to Noah. So